This next round is called Dating Videos. A player takes on the identity of a famous newsmaker and records a Lonely Hearts video in the style of that person. Everyone else has to try and guess who they are. Frankie, could you please make your way to the performance area, please? And we can see your dating video.
Hello! I've done quite a few of these videos now, and I think I'm getting quite good. I'm looking for a woman with long, flowing hair and golden skin, all wrapped up in a thick black cloth. Look at these hands. They can disassemble an AK-47 in the dark. Imagine what they could do to you, baby. So if you want to get in touch with me, it couldn't be simpler. Just go to the Third Butcher on Qatar High Street and present this man with a falcon. He will know exactly what this means.
Well done, Frankie, but who is it? Any guesses?
It's Osama bin Laden.
It is, of course, Osama bin Laden. Frankie, sit down. Hugh, I think you're up here. Can you take your position in the performance area, please? Let's see your dating video.
No. Please sit down. What do you do? Sorry, confused by the format. Dating video. Anybody like an organic biscuit? I'm looking for someone who'll give me unbridled passion and love. And as well as a butler, I'm looking for a mistress. A woman I can take to my little place in the country, Cornwall, or my little country, Wales, and share a romantic dinner. Just the two of us, 4 bodyguards, 14 footmen, and the press. I'm a good listener. I'm practically all ears. And I'll treat you like a princess. Probably better leave that one there. Oh, and another thing I've got to mention. I've got a Corinthian column. And I know how to use it.
Very good. Who is that?
Was it Captain Beefheart?
It was not.
Wasn't Alan Sugar, was it? Prince Charles.
It was, of course, Prince Charles. Well done, Hughes, for Prince Charles. Sit down. Frankie, you're up first. Please, can you take your position in the performance area? Let's see your dating video.
Hi. Would you like to see my puppies? I'm looking for someone with the soul of a child and the body of a child. I live an interesting life, kind of like a Scooby-Doo villain. I hang around an abandoned fun fair wearing a plastic face. I've got a unique look, as you can see. The look I've gone for is Liza Minnelli's Halloween costume. So hopefully you'll get in touch before my face melts under these studio lights.
Jeremy, Rory and John, any guesses?
Was it Lorraine Kelly? Was it eminent historian Eric Hobsbawm? It must be Michael Jackson.
It is, of course, Michael Jackson. Hugh is next. Your turn to record a dating video. Let's see your Lonely Hearts plea.
Right. Let me tell you a little about myself. In fact, try and stop me. Even now, you're probably wanting to congratulate me on one of the most sensational suntans in modern political history. But let me tell you, this has never seen a bottle of oil. suntan cooking or the other type which may come in barrels, which I have never seen, and I would like to make that clear. This tan is due to my numerous trips abroad, many of which I have never been on. Girls, I want you to light my fire, which should be quite easy thanks to all the oil, which I don't have, I have never had. And I will never have. Come on, ladies, I want you all. Except Una King. Just don't bother.
Who are you going to go for?
George Galloway.
It is, of course, George Galloway. Rory, you're next. Grab your envelopes there. Get down there. We want to see your lonely heart, your dating video, your celebrity making a plea for love.
Bonsoir. Are you young, sexy, carefree? Neither am I! I'm 72 years old. I'm very big in Europe. My constitution isn't as strong as it was. But we could still make a perfect union. People say I'm arrogant. Why do I care? I'm just a man who cannot take no for an answer, unless I have to. But so long as 45% of you says yes, that's good enough for me!
Any guesses on this side?
It's Jacques Chirac.
It is, of course, Jacques Chirac. Frankly, you're all very, very good, but I think Frankie was my personal favourite there. Give a winner there, Frankie. Frankie, I think you're up first. If you could take your place in the performance area, please. Let us see your dating video.
Hello. I know a lot of people think I don't have good English, but I can assure you that I am for you here waiting with the lovemaking. I see us as bringing very different things to a relationship. You will bring laughter and openness, and I will bring terrible, terrible cruelty. I'm a very deep man, often as much as 20 feet underground. But for the right lady, I allow to inspect me as closely and as regularly as she like. Find my secret weapon? Perhaps. You may have seen me recently in my pants and think that I'm well hung. Well, I soon will be.
You can't really top that, can you? Any guesses there?
Lorraine Kelly?
Saddam.
It is indeed Saddam Hussein. Very good. Well done, Frankie. Saddam. At last week's preliminary hearing, Saddam was asked if there was anything he needed before he stands trial. Yes, he said. Michael Jackson's lawyer. Rory, can you please make your way over to the performance area for your dating video? Let us see who's making a plea from the heart now.
And let me tell you a little bit about myself. How long have you got? I was held in prison for nearly 30 years before they found out the truth about me and made me president. It's like George Bush, only the other way around. I'm over 80. I look like a pint of Guinness. But wait till you see Nelson's column.
Who was it?
Nelson Mandela.
It's Nelson Mandela. Well done, Rory. Sit down, please, sir. That was Lonely Heart Nelson Mandela. Quite a catch, to quote the Pretoria Police in 1964. I think in that round, Rory was the winner, ladies and gentlemen. So, Hugh, you're up first. Please, can you take your position in the performance area? Let's see your dating video.
confession to make. I've been looking for a man for a while now, but you know how it is.
There's no way I can keep that up. I've been looking for a man for some time now, but you know how it is. There's always something wrong. Everyone I pick seems to be on the sex offenders register. I've got to go now. I'm giving a job interview to Dara's old teacher, Father Glitter. Give me a ring sometime. From next week, I'll probably be at my home number.
Any guesses who it is?
Is it Dame Margot Fontaine?
It started out as Margot Fontaine, yeah.
Ruth Kelly.
It's Ruth Kelly, all right. Well done, Ruth Kelly. You come back here. Now, Rory, can you please make your way over to the performance area? And when you're ready, please can we see your dating video?
Hello. Well, I'm Swedish, but so is IKEA. Are you looking for a long-term relationship with lots of commitment? Nor am I. Maybe just your little summer romance till take us through the World Cup. I always have the second week free. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. You can read the rest in the papers. I work hard, I play hard, I like to try out new people in different positions. In the evening, I like to curl up with a nice Italian, and I think I could manage you as well.
Hello. I'm looking for a woman with massive tits. So that she won't be intimidated by mine. I'm looking for a lady who can share the good times and the council tax. I've taken a lot of care with my appearance. I've taken care to appear like a cartoon dog who's accidentally swallowed a pickle. I've always wanted to have sex in a car, and I've got two, so I reckon if we park them side by side and take the doors off, I could just about manage it. So, get in touch if you fancy friendship or something more, by which I mean intercourse.
Would anyone like to give us a guess there?
Well, I think we think it was John Prescott.
Yeah, and we think that too.
Yeah, there you go. John Prescott. Frankie, come back here. Well done. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely things to hear on a property show.
6 months in, and Mike has fallen out with the builder. There was no window there, and neither of them noticed.
With violence and strong language from the very beginning, it's a place in the Sunderland.
Yes, it is north-facing, but on the plus side, it's a caravan, so you can just turn it round.
Get that fish out of here, it stinks. You should never leave a place in the sun.
We've just 1 hour while Gina's at the shops to improve her flat in Luton. We're setting it on fire and moving it to Oxford.
Well, it's another setback. This time the structure is damaged. And for the first time, I'm asking myself, will the Death Star ever be finished?
And more information on how to get together a deposit for a house can be found in our free leaflet, When Will Nana Die?
So, you bought it at auction for £100,000, but what exactly are you going to do with Middlesbrough?
Well, what we've done is we've knocked the wall between the kitchen and the lounge down, and what that's done is killed all the people who were sitting in the lounge.
The kitchen's done in a very modern style. We call it crack den.
We're looking at a well-equipped council house in Hull. Fridge, oven, washing machine. In fact, this is one of the nicest gardens we've seen.
This week on Grand Designs, my gran designs a house. It'll be shit. She's got terrible arthritis and not even a rudimentary qualification.
3 coats of varnish and a new rug, and Brucey is ready for his next show.
Welcome to the 74-hour-long obsessive-compulsive episode of How Clean Is Your House?
Knock it down, tarmac it, fuck 'em.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear in a maternity ward.
Mr. Parsons, your baby looks exactly like you. But mind you, so does every other baby.
There are complications, I'm afraid, for a start. I'm not a doctor.
I definitely can see the head. You should do your flies up, Doctor.
Bad news, I'm afraid. He's ginger. Your Highness.
So, would you like to hold the little fella? Or shall I give you the baby?
Mrs. Jones, I'm going to need you to push. And then when we've got the ambulance started, we'll try and get you to hospital.
Oh, God, is that my baby? I've given birth to Andy Parsons.
I'd stay up that end and talk to your wife if I were you, Mr. Smith. It looks like Alien versus Predator down here.
And this is the ward for unwanted twins. We call it the Jed ward.
Basically, you just turn them over and slap them on the arse. These nurses' parties are great.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Jolie. If you'd like to just move along to the next window to collect your order.
Oh, this isn't your first baby, is it?
You have a bouncing baby boy. I know that because I dropped him in the delivery room.
OK, big breath. Big breath in, hold it, and pass the joint to the midwife.
If you're not in when we deliver your baby, is it OK if we leave it with a neighbour?
That's good. No, I do like it, darling. Just not in that colour.
I know you're in great pain, but we need to know your name. Right. Doctor for Mrs. Fuckoff.
OK, give that round of applause. Give a great Joe and Andy! Now we come to our special Christmas quiz. I asked the panelists a series of questions all about the festive season in the hope of filling 5 minutes, we're trying to get out of this, of our Christmas special. So, Teams, here we go. First question. What Christmas tradition was it? There are no buzzers or any points. This show is not built in any way to accommodate genuine quizzes. But nonetheless, you can take your turn. Which Christmas tradition was inaugurated by Sir Henry Cole in 1843?
Is it the Christmas tree?
It is not the Christmas tree.
Arguing with your relatives?
No, it's not that one either, I'm afraid. No.
Is it holding mistletoe above your head and therefore being allowed to sexually harass other people?
It is not that happy tradition, no.
Is it waking your children early, saying to them, oh, it looks like the sleeping pills have worked, happy Easter?
Is it going to church just once a year, and that's usually at midnight after the pubs have closed because you want one more glass of wine?
Man, you really want to be desperate for your wine, wouldn't you? There's something to bring up at an AA meeting. I sat through God. That's how much I wanted another drink.
Is it a Christmas stocking?
That's not Christmas stocking.
That's a Victorian tradition.
Were you trying to mime something there for us?
It was...
The Christmas card.
Yes! Well done, Ed Byrne. Points for him. Congratulations.
There are no points.
I know there are no points.
You promised us there'd be no points.
Name Santa's reindeer. I'll take attempts at this.
Donner and Blitzen.
Correct.
Prancer and Vixen.
That's 2 each.
Dasher.
Yes, 3
It's like you're doing a duet.
Donzer. But not Rudolph. That's a lie.
We've had... What have we had? I've lost. I'm actually lost.
Donner and Blitzen.
Donner and Blitzen.
Yes,
some Dasher, Comet.
Bashful.
Bashful, Sleepy, Doc and
If one's called Comet, one's going to be called Curries.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Comet, Vixen, Cupid.
Cupid?
No, we said Cupid.
Ridiculous name for a reindeer. Cupid.
They must have teased him, though, with a name like that. They must have teased him. He must have been the reindeer that they teased.
Reindeer are notoriously shallow, in fairness. If the story about Rudolph is anything to go by, reindeer are ridiculously shallow. And they will make fun and they will slag you off until you get a job with Santa, and then they will all love you. The last line of that song should actually be, and then Rudolph turned around at them and said, well, fuck yous, I'm with Santa now.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Why did you look at my ass for the entire... Why don't you fly the entire world while you look at my hole, right? It doesn't matter how fast we fly, that's all you're going to see. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, all you're going to see is my hairy reindeer ass going all around the world. The nose is in the front, bitches. The nose is fighting fog, but you're looking at my ass, Cupid. That's all you get.
Enjoy your reindeer game.
Oh, can we move on? Oh, sorry, is that not festive enough for this ridiculously good time? Sorry, am I not striking the mood in the nation at this stage? Yeah, look at the bitches! Look at that ass! See you, baby! Shaking that ass! Shaking that ass! Yeah. Good night! Ho, ho, ho. Okay, speaking of China, what's going on here?
It's a little bit of fun.
It is exactly what you think it is. Yeah. It is a panda on a rocking chair eating crisps.
Are they really sad because they haven't got a 50p to put in the machine?
It's not actually a panda, is it? It's some bloke who's got pissed on a stag night.
And the other two? Or is that the green one?
The green one's the reason why pandas are endangered. Because that's a male panda sitting on it, but he was given the option of the two panda bitches. He went, no, I'm going to nail this green one.
Because these are pandas from the region of China that was affected by the earthquake. The zoo isn't getting any business at all at the moment because obviously it's not a priority for people. So in order to get some publicity, they've decided to make the pandas eat crisps. It was a brilliant idea.
Why are those pandas in a play park?
Well,
are they like bad teenage pandas that are spoiling the play park for the little baby pandas? Hey, what flavour are your crisps, man? Your mother! Your mother flavour! Where's Gary? Text him. Let's bash the swings, man.
Are they really sad because they haven't got...
That, as a first effort at whimsy, was great. It was really, really good.
I've tried.
You did. I really think you tried with the whimsy. And then
it's just not there. It's just not in my soul. I could see those pandas shot.
Is this the bit that's going to go in?
Yeah. This is a bit that's going into the Christmas special.
There's also...
Happy Christmas, kids. I'd see those pandas shot.
My dad used to work for Qantas. He was cabin crew. And the best thing, my favourite thing I've ever heard, I think, about Christmas is that he was... So every second Christmas as a kid, my dad was away because he was flying. That was the way it worked with Qantas. And this one particular year, he told me that they were flying on Christmas night. And in the middle of the night, the captain, the pilot, basically called him up and said, listen, in about 5 minutes I'm going to ask you to turn all the lights up because everyone was asleep. So he went, yeah, all right. He said, don't ask, just do it. So 5 minutes, my dad turned the lights up, everyone woke up, and the captain came on and said, ladies and gentlemen, sorry to wake you in the middle of the night, but we've had a special request on the radar. It's a special person flying around the world tonight who wants to come on board. So if all the kids are awake, he's coming down, and then the pilot just jiggled the joystick. And the plane went, and he went, he just landed. And then out of the cockpit came Santa and did the whole lap of the aeroplane, gave out presents to all the kids, and then went back into the cockpit, and then the captain said, now we have to give him a bit of a run-up, so I'm going to speed up a little bit, and he actually pushed forward on the engines, and all the kids just went
No wonder Qantas planes have got a big hole in them.
That would be an amazing way to hijack a plane, wouldn't it? Just take over the Santa. Yes, Christmas is over. I've got 6 presents for you here.
Trying to bring some Christmas joy.
The answer is £100 a day. What is the question?
Is it according to the Sun, how much does the average beggar make a day?
You're ruining by saying a day when it's already got a day in the answer.
Okay. Is it? Let me have another crack at that one.
Repetition of a day. Say it without a day and I'll watch.
What's happening?
Well, I was just about
to.
to.
Hang on a minute. Ed's turned into like the Microsoft paperclip. He's trying to write his letter. You're doing it wrong.
Are you doing a list?
According to the Sun, right, what does a beggar earn?
But we are apparently in the middle of a countryside crime wave. Have you seen this?
If I lived in a country, I'd be delighted if someone did a crime, because I'd be bored out of my mind. Thank God you've turned up with a shotgun to steal my rhubarb. Could you kill me on the way out?
Some bloke sold rhubarb from an allotment. You have to
tag it.
Just
Why don't they tag it?
Imagine the phone call. Just some deranged. They've taken it. It's gone. My prize-winning marrow. Is there no God? You have.
Surely you just put rhubarb down his sleeves and then go.
Had I been there, you can't ever feel sorry for the. That's the lowest rung of criminality, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Let me finish. I'm going to kill myself here.
Beautiful. Vintage Mock of the Week. He brought up the subject just so someone else could do a joke on it. Surely he might have been working towards a punchline. You ignorant.
Jesus. Can we get a higher chair for the joke umpire?
I have a feeling the Microsoft paperclip's taken some cocaine. But... I like it.
That's great. Little animation of the paper go.
Yeah.
Good, yes. That's a really good letter.
The point I was going to make is, surely, right, fellas, but surely if you're a bank robber, you're sexy, you're dangerous, you can get diamonds for your lover. If you steal from allotments, what hope have you got, you know? You've got dirt underneath your fingernails. All you have to offer is broccoli. You know?
Hey, a woman who's going to have sex for broccoli is going to be dirty.
I was wondering if one of the reasons they were trying to steal...
Wouldn't that be... Hang on, sorry to interrupt you, Andy, but wouldn't that be the...
Frankly, I wish to go on the record and say I have now lost control. We start with a round called Headliners. Here's a picture of the Prime Minister, the American President and the Chancellor of Germany. Well, what does CIDW stand for?
Is it, in fact, all they've achieved at the G20? Checked in, drank wine.
Is Merkel saying, Cameron, it's Denzel Washington?
She presumably is suggesting an answer to the crisis, isn't she? She's saying,
Call in Darth Vader. Or she's saying, careful, I declare war.
Is it in fact Cameron interrupts Dirty Weekend?
Is it Cameron introduces drunk woman? Because she does look a bit.
She looks Larry anyway.
I reckon it's Merkel's going to the vending machine to get some snacks, so she's checking the order. She's going, is it crunchy, ice cream, Diet Coke, what's it?
Is it David Cameron saying, children, damn, where?
Is it Angela Merkel saying, I've lived my life like a candle in the wind?
I've heard a lot of bad things about Men in Black 3, but it looks pretty good now they've cast Angela Lansbury in it.
Can I get the correct answer, please?
Is it Cameron issues dire warning?
That's very good. Well done. Thank you very much, Chris. Not getting closer. I feel like I'm President James Now we play a round called Your Grexits Are Here, Here and Here. This game involves James and Gary, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop, one of the performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. The first subject is parties. Who wants to go in that? James.
I went to a surprise party recently for my friend Darryl. We were all in his living room, all of us, in the dark, hiding. His girlfriend turned to us all, she went, right, he's going to be here in a minute. When he gets in, everyone jump up, yell surprise, and that will be really surprising. I argued it'd be a lot more surprising if instead of making all that commotion, we all just stood there in his living room in the dark, just... When he comes in and turns the lights on, see how surprised he is then? It's a good party. I schmoozed. I'm good at schmoozing. Buttering people up. I'll give you some schmoozing tips, why not? A lot of people will tell you when you're schmoozing, have a good icebreaker, right? Break the ice. What they won't tell you, at the end of the conversation, unbreak the ice. You don't want anyone else swooping in, taking advantage of all the lovely little ice cubes that you created. So freeze it over again before you leave. So as you're leaving, just slide something under the fence, like death comes to us all, something like that.
Thank you very much, James. So, Gary is left. Let's see what topic you have, Gary. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is childhood.
I didn't know what to get my little niece for Christmas, so I asked my sister what she's into. And apparently, at the moment, she's mad about frozen stuff, so I got her some oven chips and peas. Oh, they love that. Every Christmas day, we'd always have pigs in blankets, or as you probably call them, relatives sleeping in the spare room. Winnie the Pooh, possibly the most vindictive chapter in Nelson Mandela's autobiography. It was only after I shot the fifth zombie that I started to wonder why they were all carrying bags of sweets and ringing my doorbell. I've been trying to recapture my lost youth. I really must get that cellar door fixed. One time when I was a kid, I bought a chocolate bar. On the inside of the wrapper, it said, "You're a loser." I wouldn't mind if there'd been some sort of competition on. To make things worse, it was a boost. As a family, we couldn't decide whether to have Nana buried or cremated, so in the end, we let her live. My 13-year-old cousin's already started taking heroin. It's amazing, isn't it? They shoot up so fast these days.
Well done. Very good. Point in, I'm going to go to Lady. Everyone come back. OK, here we go. The first subject is things you wouldn't hear on a science documentary.
The dinosaurs were wiped out by a giant asteroid. Silly them for all standing in the same place.
Let the proton see the electron.
See, and the problem with cocaine is it's well Moorish.
Well, we could ask a proper scientist about this, or we could ask Dara O'Brien.
Hello, my name's Dara O'Brien. And to try and bring science to the masses, I'm going to appear in a programme with Stephen Hawking wearing a ridiculous hat.
Just enough with the, you know... I love that hat, by the way.
Hello, I'm Dara O'Brien. And I've got a massive head and a massive brain. But all I get to do in this bit is just press a little button.
Mr. O'Brien, I award you a PhD. Phenomenal head, Dara.
I would just like to say that I think Dara O'Brien's a legend.
I work with Dara O'Brien. And today, my experiment is to turn this joke into a P45.
And now we come to our special Christmas quiz. I asked the panelists a series of questions all about the festive season in the hope of filling 5 minutes we're trying to get out of this of our Christmas special. So, teams, here we go. First question, what Christmas tradition was it? There are no buzzers or any points. This show is not built in any way to accommodate genuine quizzes. But nonetheless, you can take your turns. Which Christmas tradition was inaugurated by Sir Henry Cole in 1843?
Is it the Christmas tree?
It is not the Christmas tree.
Arguing with your relatives?
No, it's not that one either, I'm afraid. No.
Is it holding mistletoe above your head and therefore being allowed to sexually harass other people?
It is not that happy tradition, no.
Is it waking your children early, saying to them, "Oh, it looks like the sleeping pills have worked. Happy Easter"?
Is it going to church just once a year, and that's usually at midnight after the pubs have closed because you want one more glass of wine?
Man, you really want to be desperate for your wine, wouldn't you? It's something to bring up at an AA meeting. I sat through God. That's how much I wanted another drink.
Is it a Christmas stocking?
That's not Christmas stocking.
That's a Victorian tradition.
Were you trying to mime something there for us?
It was...
The Christmas card.
Yes! Well done, Ed Byrne. Points for him. Congratulations.
There are no points.
I know there are no points.
You promised us there'd be no points.
Name Santa's reindeer. I'll take attempts at this.
Donner and Blitzen.
Correct.
Prancer and Vixen.
That's 2 each.
Dasher.
Yes, 3-2.
It's like you're doing a duet.
Gonza. But not Rudolph. That's a lie.
We've had... What have we had? I've lost. I'm actually lost.
Donner and Blitzen. Donner and Blitzen. Some Dasher, Comet.
Bashful.
Bashful, Sleepy, Doc and
If one's called Comet, one's going to be called Curries. Or
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Comet, Vixen, Cupid.
Cupid.
Cupid?
Nobody said Cupid.
Ridiculous name for a reindeer. Cupid.
They must have teased him, though, with a name like that. They must have teased him. He must have been the reindeer that they teased.
Reindeer are notoriously shallow, in fairness. If the story about Rudolph is anything to go by, reindeer are ridiculously shallow. And they will make fun and they will slag you off until you get a job with Santa, and then they will all love you. The last line of that song should actually be, and then Rudolph turned around at them and said, well, fuck yous, I'm with Santa now.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Why did you look at my ass for the entire... What we for the entire world while you look at my hole, right? I don't know how fast we fly, that's all you're going to see. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, all you're going to see is my hairy reindeer ass going all around the world. The nose is in the front, bitches. The nose is fighting fog, but you're looking at my ass, Cupid. That's all you get.
Enjoy your reindeer game.
Oh, can we move on? Oh, sorry, is that not festive enough for this ridiculously contrived? Sorry, am I not striking the mood of the nation at this stage? Yeah, look at the bitches! Look at that ass! See you, baby! Shaking that ass! Shaking that ass! Yeah. Good night! Yeah. Ho, ho, ho! We start with a round called This Is the Answer. What is the question on the board of 6 categories? Milton, which category would you like?
Let's have politics.
OK, politics it is. Your category is politics. The answer is over 1 million. What is the question?
Is it how many extra minutes Manchester United get to play if they're not winning?
Look at my big shiny face. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the way my forehead glow follows you around the room.
What you have to remember is that Cameron was in PR. I mean, I was 12 years old when I had a paper round. Apparently, the rumour is that David Cameron wants to make all towns in Britain triple-barrelled, like Kingston upon Thames, Berwick-on-Tweed. He wants to call it Leeds on Benefit. Well, his eyes are shinier and his hair's sleeker, but it's not necessarily an airbrush. It could be he's eating pedigree chum.
I mean, his coat is more glossy. Essential minerals are good. So you should see him running through a field and over a wall. It's incredible, man. He's youthful and dynamic.
Well, we've all been drunk at work, haven't we? I remember when I worked on an oil rig in the Mexican Gulf.
Or in writing things to hear in a science programme.
1643. The cold air balloon is invented. But it doesn't really take off.
Milton. Let's see what subject. Let's spin the wheel. The subject is family.
One of my earliest memories is seeing my mother's face through the oven window. As we played hide and seek, and she said, "You're getting warmer." My auntie Jean got a sister called Jean. Her daughter Jean just had a baby, called it Jean. They all went to a nightclub to celebrate. They got to the door and the bouncer said, "Sorry." You're all wearing trainers. My grandfather, Jean, always complaining about how much things cost. £1.50 for a cup of tea, £2.25 for 3 custard creams. I said, "Look, Grandad, you just popped round. I didn't invite you." My other grandfather, he was always going on about how in the old days people could leave their back doors open, which is probably why his submarine sank. My other grandfather, when he died, we didn't even get the chance to say goodbye, which was all the more poignant because he drowned in a bowl of Cheerios. I used to own a Toyota years ago, and I remember once I was driving along eating a marshmallow, and all of a sudden my airbag deployed. And in that moment, I thought I'd become really, really small.
Salzburg. Don't do liver transplants. But if they did...
You can tell that Beckham thinks something is wrong, because if you look at the picture, he's going, A. There's an A coming out of his mouth.
A. This game involves Milton, Andy and Diane, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. Without kicking the shit out of the set.
Oh, there you go.
Fuck off the face.
Well, that's a minute of the DVD sorted out.
Hey, that moment seemed a bit too hot for TV, yeah.
So, talk me through it again, Mrs. Hopkins. You were having Sunday dinner. You said to your husband, will you carve? And he just lay down on the floor and gave birth to a baby cow. A word about registers. Most of the staff are on one. Is it the gap between this word... No, it's not. Doing it. Dear Deirdre, I am a control freak. What should I do? I'll tell you what I should do.
Yes, the answer I was looking for was Fox scandal rocks Conservatives. This is the news that Defence Secretary Liam Fox has been forced to explain his conduct following allegations that his working relationship with best friend and former flatmate Adam Werrity broke the ministerial code.
Wouldn't it be great if all of this had come to light because someone would be going through Fox's bins? All he's done is take a friend to work, and that's not actually a crime, is it, Mr. Truffles? What's that? Do you want to say hello to the boys and girls? No, I'm depressed.
Do you know why...
What Cameron should do is get a great big black hat and the sleep mask he got on the plane, and he stand up in front of the G20 and said, I will lead you out of economic austerity, for I am... Borrow. When I found out my bank were fixing the loan rate, I went down there every single day and shouted at them, but then I consolidated all my anger into one monthly outburst.
Things you wouldn't hear on a political discussion show.
Sorry, did I interrupt you? Is it if you saw Pythagoras in concert, name one of the old numbers he might try and do?
Transport is the topic.
So I've got my own private jet. The rest of the jacuzzi belongs to my mum. If you've got a sat-nav, don't put the name of the company you're visiting into it. I tried to take some mayonnaise back the other day. I ended up in Helmand Province. I mean, I've got a car, but there's nothing I like better than making a bonfire on the passenger seat. Driving up and down, opening and shutting the electric sunroof and pretending to be a steam train. My uncle, he was a taxi driver, but then one day he left home without any indication. So recently, I was fell walking in the Lake District. Well, it's not quite true. Recently, I fell walking in the Lake District. I was going to tell someone, but the pillar box was full of sugar puffs. The worst job I ever had was forensic pathologist for the United Nations. And I remember uncovering the mass grave of 1,000 snowmen. Fortunately, it turned out to be a field full of carrots.
What's great about it? But it's like Milton, every so often, it's like this hilarious grandad that just wakes up.
OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely lines from children's books.
Yes, it is sad. I used to be on Top Gear, said Stig of the Dump.
Jack, do you have any more of those beans?
A Stringfellow? What's a Stringfellow? A Stringfellow? Why, didn't you know it has tanned leather skin and a massive libido and bad 80s hair and a grin like a pedo?
This little piggy went to market, and this little piggy stayed at home, and this little piggy went and died horribly of swine flu.
Let's learn the alphabet. A is for adopted, like you. B is for basmati.
And as Eeyore put the noose around his neck.
No, I don't think you should shave, Bilbo, said Frodo. Those feet need waxing.
Yes, Grandma. What a big TV screen you got, said Little Red Riding Hoodie.
Who's been sleeping in my bed? Said Daddy Bear. Well, said Mummy Bear, it's been your brother Ryan, and he's a much better shag than you are.
I want to go to Tottenham, said Max. That's where the wild things are.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, or as we like to call them, the Sugar Babes.
Once upon a time in a faraway land, there was a handsome young prince named Dara.
Where's Gaddafi?
The railway children gesticulated wildly at the driver. You've left us behind, you wanker!
Oh dear, said Postman Pat. I've just had sex with my cat Jess. I should have gone to Specsavers.
And so Emily learned. If she'd just been a nicer little girl, Mummy and Daddy would never have got divorced.
Do you know what? Said the very hungry caterpillar. This gastric band has changed my life.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things for a sports commentator to say.
And there's just yet another Grand Slam victory for Andy Murray.
And now we come to the javelin. If you're watching in 3D, you might want to look away now.
And here we are at the women's football, but while you're enjoying the game, please spare a thought for all the men at home who are going without dinner this evening.
Well, he's stroked that through the covers. Surely it would have been easier just to pull back the duvet.
And here at the British Grand Prix, we've already had a couple of fatalities. Yes, 2 of the crowd have died of boredom.
Lewis Hamilton is 3 seconds ahead, but there's trouble at turn 17 as Dastardly and Muttley have dug a pit.
I'm here at the Green Court Bowls, and I've started cutting myself.
He's got the right hook in, he's got the left hook in, and he's finally finished putting up those curtains.
Well, welcome back after the break. You haven't missed much, just the entire Indian innings.
Now let's go back to Henley, where Claire Balding is standing with two cocks.
There's Rio Ferdinand. What a tackle! But enough from me. I really should let these lads continue getting changed.
Alex Ferguson has substituted Wayne Rooney. Of course, not the first time Rooney has been pulled off by a 69-year-old.
Well, what a result. The UK Somalian has beat America's Kenyan to show that the Africans aren't going to have it all their own way.
Thanks for all those fantastic statistics there, Motty. Now go and get a fucking life.
Unlikely lines from a horror film.
You've got a flat screen TV and brand new trainers. I know what you did last summer.
I'm sorry, it's just you look nothing like your photo in Match.com.
Is there anybody there? Can you hear me? Is there anybody there? This is the Christian O'Connell Breakfast Show.
That was Mayor Boris Johnson with his official statement on the riots.
You seen the traffic? It's a nightmare on Elm Street.
And now, Alan Bennett's long-awaited remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Nantwich Leaf Blower kerfuffle.
What do you want? What do you want? No, I'm not paying too much for my car insurance.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. So I gave Mark's dinner party an 8.
Do you like scary movies, Sydney? Oh, sorry, is Sydney there, please?
If you don't keep up payments to your exorcist, there's a danger that your home will become repossessed.
Ha! Joke's on you, Dracula. I've got AIDS.
I ate his liver with some jelly beans and a nice ombongo.
I've seen the ring! I wish that builder would pull his trousers up.
I don't have to listen to you. You're just a puppet. If you don't shut up, I'm going to put you back in your box, Mr. Clegg.
I'm afraid he's been bitten by George Michael. He's turned into a vampire.
OK, the next topic is commercials that never made it to air.
Have you got a wicked side? Then you're a prick.
Take 2 bottles into the shower. Not anymore. I've got a proper dildo.
JD Sports. 2,000 looters can't be wrong.
Do you suffer from dull, lifeless hair? Don't worry, Andy Parsons will buy it off you.
With ABS, sat-nav and airbags, this may be the most advanced condom you ever buy.
How much did you say you earned for those direct line car insurance accidents? Well, people deserve to hear about this. Honk, 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 honk.
Dara O'Brien. We work, so he doesn't have to.
Cash for cash. Send us your cash in an envelope and we'll send it back, minus commission.
Every year, thousands of bears are captured, tortured and forced to dance in front of crowds of cheering people. Call 0845 now for ticket hotline.
Ash for cash. Put your cremated relatives in an envelope.
Got that bloated feeling? My uncle had that. He was dead in a week.
Smash for cash. Put in mashed potato in an envelope.
Don't just book it, Thomas cook it. Dignitas in Switzerland.
Why have we got barbecues at low, low prices? Because the summer's been shit and no one's bought them.
At the Dogs Trust, we never put down a healthy dog. But the minute one coughs, it's in the Thames.
Do you suffer from unsightly chest hair? Should have gone to Peck Shavers.
Lynx. Come on, virgins, wash your cocks.
Unlikely things to hear in a police station.
Here, Sarge, the microwave's broken again. Taser that meat pie for me, will you?
I know it's unlikely, but I don't suppose anybody has handed in Colonel Gaddafi, have they?
I noticed the burglar making his escape. At this moment, I cursed the police cutbacks and gave chase, shouting, Nina, Nina, Nina.
All units, be on the lookout for a purple Renault Clio. Registration number, Saffron Doily 22, Bongella Chrysanthemum. Hiya!
No, we didn't manage to evict many of them, Sarge, but the good news is I got some lucky heather.
No, I've not come to report a crime. It's just that I really missed the bill, so I thought I'd pop in for an hour.
Here, Sarge, pass us the arts section out the Guardian, will you, mate?
Yes, yes, I know how identity parade works. That's her! That's her! That's the woman I robbed.
Right, listen up. We've got a new man starting. He's half man, half horse. It's Inspector Morse.
Yes, our new 50-inch plasma screen TV. It is rather nice, isn't it? Well, if you can't beat them, eh?
I am charging you with the murder of Mrs. Thompson. That'll be £7.19, please.
Right, listen up. There's a giant fly attacking the station. I've called the SWAT team.
Thank God you've arrived, officer. Some bloke just jumped into the boot of my car and shot himself 14 times.
Yeah, we got the tox report back. Turns out they go straight after the ticks.
I was about to arrest her, Sarge, but to be honest, my bottle went because she shouted out, "I'm gonna curse upon you!
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear in a science documentary.
Having cloned Ian Wright, we now know that two Ian Wrights don't make an Ian wrong.
Erectile dysfunction. Physical problem? Or has the wife just let herself go a bit?
Well, this is incredible. This is a whole new species of miniature tiger. Oh, no, hang on, it's a cat.
Now, pay attention. Here comes the shampoo bit.
We discovered the source of the quark. It's the sound made by a posh duck.
This is a red dwarf. His name is Anthony Worrell Thompson.
Welcome to the sky at night. And if we look out, oh, hell, Croydon's on fire!
Despite getting a very bad press, biological weapons work at much lower temperatures than non-biological weapons.
Without penicillin, well, I'd still be cursing that day I went to Bangkok.
Tonight we look at the ginger community. Physical anomaly or God's cruel joke?
Ah, the Northern Lights. Oh no, Manchester's on fire.
But will they find a cure in time? The last hope for mankind lies with scientists here at the Laboratoire Garnier.
Tonight on Show Me the Evidence, we look at the traveller community. Can they really put a curse on you?
And as the sperm swim towards the eggs, it's hard not to think that I've ruined this fried breakfast.
I'm never again going to have a fried breakfast.
Bad things to say in a job interview.
When I said I was a Yale student, I studied key cutting at Mr. Minute.
Why do we want this job? Don't tell him I have to.
No, I applaud your policy of positive discrimination, and that's why I blacked up.
Can I just check? This office is more than 50 metres from a school.
What do you mean, no experience? Being abducted by aliens isn't an experience, and I don't know what it is.
Well, yes, I would make the perfect train driver. I'm always late, and I'd break down really easily.
I think I'd make a very good diplomat. I'd like to live in Paris with all the other parasites.
What do I see myself doing in 5 years' time? Exactly the same, only on Dave.
Thank you for seeing me. I hope you don't mind if I stay sat down for a moment. I've got a little erection bubbling away.
No, emu, no, emu, no, no, no.
What can I bring to this job? How about the photocopier from my last office?
Yes, well, in spite of my lack of medical experience, I still think of gynecology as a calling.
What are my weaknesses? Fat birds.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear on a consumer programme.
This week on Watchdog, another shower of gullible twats ask us to make sense of their piss-poor decision-making.
Welcome to Watchdog. Here's a dog.
But when he asked the cold callers for their identification, they shot Mr. Bin Laden with an AK-47.
I would like to complain about the boomerang I bought. I threw it, but it never came back.
This week, we investigate bikini waxing strips. Are they just a rip-off?
Tonight, we're investigating fencing and why I got tickets for that instead of the 100 metres final, which is what I wanted.
Many of you who have bought Death Stars have emailed us complaining about a security problem with one of the exhaust vents.
Although Austin the Butcher claims that his sausages are made of premium meat, we can reveal that's bollocks.
The cruise had a 1940s theme, and Tom and Vera were delighted until they were sunk by a U-boat in the North Atlantic.
I didn't ask for it, didn't order it, got it even though I don't even want it, and it doesn't even work. We have some more views on the coalition after the break.
What was sold as a vibrator is clearly just a taser with a stale sausage attached to it.
But something was wrong with the car. The clock said 63,000 miles, while the mileometer said 3:15.
I would like to complain about the sushi restaurant at Gatwick Airport. There's nice big portions going round on the conveyor, but they do taste luggagey.
Dear Watchdog, I'm extremely pissed off with this product. I bought just for men, my wife used it, and now I am gay.
Identity theft is on the increase. I'm Dara O'Brien. We work, so he doesn't have to.
Unlikely instructions.
Please do not use this electrical appliance while you're in the bath. Actually, you know what? Go on. If you're that dumb, I think we can afford to lose you.
Nick Clegg Feng Shui. Move everything to the right for an easier life.
Hot noodle. For best results, put back on the shelf.
If pain persists, see a doctor. Just make sure it's not Michael Jackson's doctor.
To light gas, first place match near buttocks.
One of these condoms has got a hole in it. Are you feeling lucky, punk?
Dale Farm yogurt. Contents may settle.
Please retain these assembly instructions in case you want to disassemble the furniture when you realise moving in with her wasn't the best move after all.
Instructions for sandwich toaster. Week 1, eat nothing but toasted sandwiches. Week 2, put in cupboard and never use again.
If unsure how to apply condom, take banana and beat erection with it till it goes away.
Enjoy your animal-shaped biscuits. Do not eat if seal is broken.
To reboot, pick up boots and put them on again.
Congratulations on your new bread maker. Ooh, I bet Kingsmill are quaking in their boots.
Game is over either when one player collects all cheeses or Daddy has a tantrum and kicks the board across the room.
Are your hands full, but you want to transfer 10 donuts?
Okay. The next topic is unlikely things to hear in a restaurant.
Let's skip the pudding. You look like you've had enough already.
Wow, thanks for picking up the bill, Dara.
No, I'm sorry, we don't have snail porridge. No, this isn't owned by Heston Blumenthal. This is Heston Services.
How does crispy aromatic duck sound? Quack, quack. But that was before it was either crispy or aromatic.
Do I have a reservation? Well, I'm not sure about all these Polish people moving over here.
Table for two, please. But no food. I'm a woodworm.
This is a traditional Greek restaurant, so don't worry if you can't pay. The German government will cover it.
You'd like a Foster's? Hang on, I'll see if we've got any left. Barry, any Foster's left? Yeah, keg's nearly full, Jim.
Here's the tip. If you find the rest of the chef's peanuts, please let us know.
Have you been to a harvester before? I'm joking, no one comes twice.
It's nice to see the rugby players getting along with the dwarves.
Well, that's an unusual taste, isn't it? What is in this death by chocolate?
It's nice to see Zara and Mike getting along.
Yes, it is all-you-can-eat night, and that's why you can't come in, Mr. Pickles.
Oh, my God. There's a man's face in my soup and it looks just like me.
Excellent choice, sir. This lady is much fitter than your wife.
Rose for the lady. If you want to do something for the lady, why don't you fuck off?
Our next round is called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. John, which category would you like?
I would like sport, please, Dara.
OK, your category is sport, and the answer is 1. What is the question?
What is Bruce Forsyth's national insurance number?
Is it the viewing figures for the final Top Gear?
How many of the 3 wise men got invited back to Jesus' second birthday party?
What did the other two do wrong?
Oh, who wants frankincense and myrrh?
Nobody wants that.
And wasn't at the time frankincense was worth more than gold?
I think that was because there'd been a collapse in the price because Judea had just left the EU.
What is the optimum number of directions for a boy band?
Is it in my annual stock take? What number do I write on my left testicle?
Is it, to the Daily Mail, how many immigrants constitute a swarm?
Is it, how many packets of biscuits would you need to cater Michael Gobe's funeral?
Oh.
cold.
Is it how many Fast and the Furious films would have been enough?
Is it? Yeah. How many times have I dropped a bath bomb in a lemonade?
It was that good, was it?
Put it this way, mate, you don't do it twice.
Is it what David Cameron's going to give Miss Piggy now he's not Prime Minister?
It took a long time to get to one.
Is it how many people is the reservation for, Mr. Corbyn?
Can we have the correct answer, please?
Is it how many times has Wales got to the semi-finals of the Euros?
Absolutely right. Thank you very much, Holly Ward. Very good. Yes, this question celebrates the first. How many times have Wales made it to at least the semi-finals of a major international football tournament? Now, this is recorded, obviously, on Tuesday. We don't know how it went against Portugal last night. But are we enjoying, or have we enjoyed, Wales in this tournament?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
It's the best thing, and it's just wonderful because they embrace it and they love their players. One of which doesn't have a club, which is insane.
If they get into the final, he's going to have to miss it because he's got to go home to sign on.
The one person, I've forgotten who, had tickets for Beyonce last weekend. That shows a certain humility. You're like, oh, I got 3 matches, maybe a 4th. Put me down for a ticket for Beyonce.
Joe Ledley had to cancel his wedding.
Had to cancel the wedding, yeah. I think the more substantial thing.
It's a bit embarrassing, though, that, they've done so well and England have done so badly. But what annoys me is the FA always go, we're going to have a full investigation to see why we didn't progress as far. What are they going to find out? They're going to do an investigation and find out, oh, yeah, works out, the coaches were teaching them rugby. Nightmare. It's a shame, isn't it? Keep an eye on them next time.
What have the English fans, how have they been reacting to the Welsh success?
Well, this is the weird thing. So the day after they beat Belgium, the most common search, apparently, on Google was Welsh grandmother. Is that right?
That was the story, yeah.
They're trying to find out if they've got Welsh ancestry, but that's not... If you type Welsh grandmother into Google, it's like you're trying to buy one. It's not... What are you going to find out if you type Welsh grandmother? What's he going to tell you?
What happens if you type Welsh grandmother into Pornhub?
If you want to find out if I'm ignoring that, if you want to find out...
You're ignoring it, but you're going to try it later. When you say ignoring it, you mean storing
it away.
This calls for private browsing.
Good evening. Private browsing. Yes, sir. It's in the pocket for later.
Private browsing. Your country needs you again.
Thank you. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is parenting. Who wants to come in on that? Avivida.
I'm a parent, and no one ever actually prepares you properly for being a parent. They give you some books about what's going to happen to your body, how the baby's going to grow. When I find out nowadays if any of my friends are actually going to have a child, the only book I give them is We Need to Talk About Kevin. Because I'm not going to lie to you, it hasn't really worked out for me. I can kind of tell how old people's kids are by the enthusiasm in their answer if you ask if they've got kids. Because if they go, yeah, I've got kids, you can tell the kids are still quite young. They haven't had time for the hate to really kick in. So having a daughter and having a son, I've actually worked out why you men are so messed up. And what it is, right, is because my son, he talks quite a lot. He rabbits on a lot. And the other day he was going, Mum, Mum, and I just went, shut up, or else I'll knock you out. And he turned round to me and he went, Mum, I'd like to see you try. So I tried. I had to see if the joke would work. And I realised, because my son, he's the same height as me now, he plays county-level rugby, he's actually stronger than me. And I realised, gosh, I actually can't physically hurt this boy. So I sat there and I thought about it, and it was at that point I realised, oh, my gosh, I'm going to have to mess him up psychologically. And that is what we do.
Thank you very much, Anna. OK, the next subject, please. Let's spin the wheel. Next subject is science. Who wants to come in that? Chris Aston.
I'll tell you the problem with science, right? The problem with science is it refuses to speak the language of those of us who don't understand science, right? Even when it's the job of science to be talking to us numpties, it can't bring itself to speak as we do. Pick up a packet of paracetamol, right? Look at the instructions on the back of that. It says, for the treatment of neuralgia, fibrositis, muscular whatever. We don't talk like that. If that talked anything like us, that would say, for the treatment of the worst headache I've ever had in my life. A pain in my side, I'm sure, actually is cancer this time. My wife's had to help me out of the car. It's coming out of both ends like someone's hit a pan of chocolat with a mallet. That is how we talk, right? But it doesn't. We can't tell what's actually science and what is some hokey nonsense dressed up as science to, you know, entice us in. That's why cosmetics companies, whenever they bring out a new thickness of goop, right, they give it a kind of sciencey name so we'll be all dazzled. Nivea DN-Age. OF off. Right? Avon's new cream is called a Nugenics. What? A Nugenics, right? That's been through marketing, that's been through focus groups, design. Did nobody at any point go, a Nugenics? You don't think that sounds a bit Third Reich-y, maybe? What next? New pro-genocide, now with anti-Semitox. Sandra, can I borrow your ethnic cleanser?
Reverend Chris Hansen. And that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is the USA.
So I've just come back from America, apparently. While I was there, I saw one of those very, 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 very large Americans. He said he fitted kitchens. I said, I bet you don't. I went up to this girl, I said, what's your name? She said, Chantal. I said, well, if you're not going to tell me your name... I said, what do you do for a living? She said, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. I said, I hope you're not a travel agent. When I was in America, I bought tickets for the Bears versus the Cowboys. Bit of a disappointment. I want to see Bears versus Cowboys. And then I bought tickets for the Giants versus the Jets. Another missed opportunity. And I bought tickets for the Packers versus the Dolphins. Get in the box, get in the box.
Thank you very much. Points to everyone there. Let's all sit back. Come on. Things you wouldn't hear on a property show.
So, it's a 2 up, 2 down. It's unusual, but those are the testicles I was born with.
Welcome to the show. We'll be looking at houses that have been designed by someone's nan. Yes, it's grand designs.
Of course, finding something in London on your budget was very, very difficult. So this property does come with a bit of a commute. Welcome to Stoke.
All property is theft. Good night.
Bit mean, but we've put together a montage of first-time buyers being told about stamp duty for the first time.
I begged Gary for an extension. He went and got a conservatory. I actually meant a penis enlargement.
This week, Bert has bought a yurt. And that sentence alone makes this the most fun show we've ever done.
Hi, I'm Kirsty Allsop, and this week I'll be patronising more millennials. You can't have dreams and a second bedroom. Wake up.
Well, this used to be a railway station, but there haven't been any trains here for nearly 40 years. It's Haywards Heath on Southern Railway.
And Simon has converted this railway carriage into his very own office, just by yelling into his mobile phone like an arsehole.
This house was built on an ancient burial ground, which is why the episode's been hosted by me, the ghost of a hunchback Victorian boy trying to explain fixed-rate mortgages.
Now, this next property is about £50,000 over Philip and Susan's budget. Luckily, though, Philip's grandmother has just died.
Loads of notorious people live on these here branches. Piers Morgan, Katie Hopkins, Donald Trump. So, what? Escape to the country? No, this is escape to the...
So, if you want to brighten up your kitchen, turn the light on.
Susan turned her two-bedroom house into a 10-bedroom house by putting a bed in every room.
I'm Danny Dyer. Welcome to Let's Do This Gaff Up.
Well, there you go. Immediately, you can see how much roomier it looks without the old lady and the oxygen cylinders.
This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch a wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is going out. Rob.
I like going out and getting drunk. It's fun, isn't it? I got so drunk the other week. It was the most hungover I've ever been. In the morning, I bought a McDonald's breakfast and ate it in the queue for a Greggs. And I still don't know if I'm ashamed or proud. So I don't like tequila, though. I don't like doing shots. It annoys me with tequila. It's too much admin, isn't it? So I'll lick a bit of salt, eat a lemon. Like, what are you doing that for? It makes it taste nicer. It's not fish and chips, is it? So it's sort of, no one looks like they're enjoying it. Everyone looks panicked, don't they? They're always like, oh, thank God for the salt and lemon. They're loving it, aren't they? Do you know what make a tequila nicer? Do a tequila, then have a Cadbury's cream egg. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Take the taste out of your mouth. The thing is, as well, though, it's like I can't properly get on it now. I'm like a bit older. I'm not saying I'm too old to get drunk, but when I was 18, you don't care, do you? You can get battered. Just get on with it, right? Because hangovers, they say hangovers get worse. They don't, do they? You just have more shit to do when you're older. That's the problem. When I was 18 on a night out, I'd be getting on it. Someone might go, do you want some drugs? I'm like, oh, I don't know. How'll it affect me? What will my mum think? Oh, my God, drugs. Now, if I'm on a night out, so I'm like, do you want some drugs? Can't, mate. Got to paint a fence tomorrow. I don't want to be painting a fence all sad. All hot, sweaty and vulnerable, like, oh... I was really looking forward to painting this fence last night. Told everyone about it. I'm so hot, sweaty and sad. I'm more likely to keep hold of the drugs, do them in the morning before the fence, just smash it like that. I'll do the roof, shall I do the roof? Let's do the roof. We've got no ladder. I'm flying, Mum.
Thank you very much, Rob. OK, that leaves with James. Let's see what topic you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And it's food and drink.
I'm not like Rob. I don't like going out and getting drunk. I like staying in I drink on my own. Way cooler, man. I lock the door, I get myself a glass of punch. Is that weird? I drink punch on my own. Is that strange? I drink it from a big punch bowl with a ladle in it in the corner of my bedroom. Is that weird? I don't know what other people do. People are always worried about punch getting spiked. Solo punch, problem solved. Not to spike myself, unless it's Fun Time Thursdays. Tried going out with some mates recently. We hit the town. I'm a prankster when I'm out with my friends. One of them left me alone with his pint while he went to the toilet. Big mistake. It's a classic prank. I always do this if someone leaves me alone with their pint. I went round the bar using his pint to propose toasts with. Deliberately proposing toasts to things I knew he disagreed with. He comes back, has a sip. What you done with that? I'm like, ha ha. You just drank to the service charge being included in the bill. You just drank to those bedside lamps that don't have the switch on the cord like is convenient, but have it on the neck of the lamp under the bulb. It's like a bolt you have to somehow slide across, and you can't even reach it like that. You get your whole hand up inside the lampshade, and it hurts. It's really awkward. You can't even see it. You got to look at the top of the lampshade to see what you're doing, and then you turn it on and it blinds you. You just drank to those lamps. You love those lamps.
Thank you very much. Point to both of you. Come on. Very good. Thank you very much.
The first subject is travel. Miles.
Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with trains. It's the quiet coach, OK? Quiet, that is an adjective. It doesn't go far enough. Quiet is an adjective. It should be called the silent coach. Shouldn't it? The silent coach. No one would have any trouble understanding that. It's the silent coach, right? You can't talk on it, you can't use your laptop, children can't travel on it, you can't eat crisps, and crucially, they, the train people, they wouldn't be allowed to make announcements. Because the sort of people that have the mentality to travel on the quiet coach, which is the correct mentality, are the sort of people who check where the train is going before they bloody get on it. For years, we've just not got these things right. Mock the Week audience, you're exactly the sort of people that know what I'm talking about. In Russia, during the revolution, right? During the Russian Revolution, the Russian army was able to travel to all of its battles by train. During a revolution, they were still able to rely on public transport. Imagine if we had a revolution now and the army had to rely on transport, we'd be buggered, wouldn't we? Certainly those of us who wanted the army to win. Absolute nightmare, wouldn't it? Marston Moor 2016 kicked off. You know, the British Army turning up 7 hours late to every single conflict. You know. Oh, sorry, there were leaves on the line at Stevenage. There was a passenger action at Crewe. We were going to be joined by the SAS, but they've been stuck on a rail replacement bus service in Horrified.
Thank you very much, Miles. OK, now leaves Milton. Let's see what topic you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the subject is music.
We don't know much about Galileo. He was a poor boy from a poor family. I live in a Grade 2 listed building, which of course means that everyone in it has to be quite good at the piano. Apparently all Chinese children who are learning to play the piano know a tune called Knife and Fork. I'd like to take the band ABBA out for lunch, and if I could, I would, my friend. Fernando's. When I was at school and it rained, we used to have to stay in for wet play. And when it was cold, we used to have to stay in and listen to this really dull band. AD 79. Julius Caesar receives the first ever weather forecast. Hail Caesar.
Thank you very much. Points there go to Better Jones. Come on.
And the first subject is jobs. Who wants to come at that? Reese.
I've got a job. Yep, I'm not resigning. And my job is this, which still counts, Dad. This is a good job. It's not perfect. It's not the best job in the world. I would never say that. Some people think it is. It's not, right? Best job in the world, community support officer. With no power comes no responsibility. Best job ever. Nothing is expected of you if you're a community support officer, right? If it's not writing down someone's details, then it is beyond your remit. That is 100%. It's just vigilante admin. That's all it is. You're a professional grass. That is your job. I got a leaflet through the post a few weeks ago advertising that job, right? It said, do you have what it takes to be the best? Will you stand up in the face of danger when no one else will? No? Then you should become a community support officer. In the hierarchy of law enforcement in this country, it goes Army, Police, British Transport Police, Ticket Inspector, Traffic Warden, Park Ranger, Dinner Lady, Kid wearing Nike trainers, Kid wearing Adidas trainers, Community Support Officer, Kid wearing Umbro.
Well done. OK, that leads to Gary. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel again. The topic is technology. OK, where you go.
The young couple next door to me have recently made a sex tape. I mean, obviously, they don't know that yet. The hardest part of making skimmed milk must be throwing the cows across the lake. The guy next to me at work used to watch porn all day. I'm just glad he didn't begin to rub off on me. I think if I was to try revenge porn, I'd just post naked pictures of myself online so everybody would know how low my ex's standards were. When answering the security question, place of birth, apparently vagina is not an acceptable answer. It's been a tough week. I got myself a memory foam mattress and now it's trying to blackmail me. I've currently got a stalker, but you probably can't tell in these trousers. A friend of mine was killed by the big C. He was walking past Curry's and a sign fell on his head. I was watching TV and the announcer said there's a documentary about the clitoris on the red button, but I couldn't find it. Thank you.
Bravo, very good. Points there for David Amy. Come on back. The first subject is health. Who wants to come in on that? John.
I went to get some test results from my GP the other day, and she sat me down and she said, I'm very sorry to tell you, Mr. Robbins, but you've got gout. And I was absolutely stunned. She said, you seem surprised to hear you've got gout. I said, yes, I am, because I'm not from the 17th century. She said, the first thing you need to avoid, Mr. Robbins, is alcohol. Now, it's gutting, because what do you replace alcohol with? I am not a doob monger, nor do I ride the Chinese highway. By which I mean I don't take drugs. I think mainly because I don't have the vocabulary to oversee a transaction. So she says, the second thing you need to avoid, Mr. Robbins, is cheese. And I said, out loud, to a respectable GP in her late 60s, what the fuck, mate? Then she gets this serious look on her face, and she says, the third thing you need to avoid, Mr. Robbins, and this is very important, is offal. Well, I'll tell you what, if I didn't damn near spit that pig's ear clean out of my mouth. Turns out gout is actually a very serious condition, and after a lot of soul-searching, I've decided to cut offal entirely out of my diet. I'm not going to make you imagine what that's like. It's my cross and I'll bear it. And I'll tell you how I bear it. Pissed and covered in cheese.
Well done. Thank you very much. That leaves us with James. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. The topic is moving house.
I moved house recently. Luckily. That's good, isn't it? It's fortunate. Touch and go for a second there, and that came up, and I was like, ka-ching! Jackpot! I did move house recently. Tad too drafty for my liking, my new house. Had to order a draft excluder by post. Best way to buy a draft excluder is by post, because when they deliver it, they post it through the door, it drops through the letterbox onto the floor. Already it's paying for its own postage. Moved to West London. I used to live in South West London. Different times, I was a different person. Used to be in a gang. Big time in a gang. SW6 gang is our name. It's the area of London we're from, is our name. And it's what we'd shout at other gangs we didn't like much. Like, if I saw the SW5 gang, for example, we'd shout at them, SW6! That's clever. I remember once, back in the day, we're out and about, SW6 crew, taking no shit. Looked across the road, we saw them, SW5 gang. And as soon as I saw them, I was cross. Shouted at them, SW6! As per. They shouted back at us, SW5! Which we expected, but it still made us angry. SW6 back at them, SW5 back at us, back and forth for ages. Until eventually, I got so overstimulated that I shouted out my entire postcode. In full, and that is why I had to move house.
Well done, point there for James Acaster. The first subject is alternative medicine. Can I have a volunteer to talk about that? Andy.
Apparently, a lot of people trying to get into therapy at the moment, other people knocking it, saying, you know, oh, well, you should just lose your inhibitions, talk about your problems to your friends. I thought I'd try this. I talked about my problems to my friends for a whole hour. Lost my inhibitions, also lost my friends. I now tell my problems to taxi drivers. 2 advantages in this. 1, it stops the taxi driver from telling you his problems. And 2, it's amazing how much quicker you get to your bloody destination.
Well done, Andy Parsons. OK, let's spin the wheel again. Subject is the media. Who wants to come into that? Russell.
I'll do that. I'd see, you know, the way I like getting the news is Radio 5 Live. It's fantastic, because it's just news and nutters, isn't it? They'll read out, like, that was the Pope's view on abortion, and then, hello, Felicity Puddleduck here, livid and ill-informed. I'd just like to say those harlots who give birth to their children aged 2 that charge you to national service. I'm off to bake a cake. And sat there listening, and then the next night, David, are you out of your mind? Cloning? Think it through. 2 versions of me. Want to go out and commit a crime? Who gets blamed for it? Me! I'm doing a 20 stretch. He's banging my wife. Where's the justice? And you sat there listening to these nutters, and then the most ridiculous story. A man in Bristol's found the face of Jesus on a crisp. And suddenly, I couldn't believe how you put up my frazzles. There he was!
Russell Howard. OK, the leads are Hugh and Frankie. The next topic is sport.
Do you know, I've heard a rumour that horse racing may not be completely honest. It's unbelievable, isn't it? But how do you stop the corruption? Well, one solution may be to call horses something like mafia-backed second favourite. Because if everyone did that, everyone would be confused, no one would know who to bet on, and the whole thing would be fair again. And they're off, and the first to show is Blatantly Bribe, followed by Mafia-backed second favourite. They're just ahead of Dope to the Gills, Mysterious Limp. And just behind them, Out for a Canter, and I'll Fall at the Fifth. And as they come to the fifth, I'll Fall at the Fifth has fallen. I'll Fall at the Fifth has fallen at the fifth in a magnificent display of cheating. And they're coming into the final furlong. Mysterious Limp is slowing. Out for a Canter is clearly struggling, but coming through strongly is Mafia-backed second favourite. And as they cross the line, Mafia-backed second favourite has won it, which is remarkable, seeing as he has no head. That's been left in someone's bed for tomorrow morning.
Well done, you. Well done, you. OK, Frankie, let's see what you've been left with. And it's environment.
Didn't that used to be an advert for mints? Ryanair getting a hard time from the environmental lobby because they've launched a £7 flight to New York. Although, as always with Ryanair, it does land slightly outside New York, in Dublin. It's a pity we can't harness more natural energy, isn't it? Pity we can't harness the power of British moaning. Oh no, that moaning-powered light bulb's on the blink again. Oh no, there it is, back on. Everyone complained about the floods, didn't they? I like storms. I like thunder and lightning. What I like to do during a storm is shag my girlfriend and pretend that we're taking part in the conception of the Antichrist.
Frankie Boyle, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of that round, the points go to Frankie and you. So, what else? In other health news? What health initiative is coming into schools?
Michael Gove is saying school lunches should be banned because apparently only 1% of them meet the nutritional requirements that school dinners are supposed to have.
Yes, that is generally the gist of it.
That's the facts.
Yeah.
I don't have a joke.
Yeah, it's true. No, it's true. But it's only 1% of. I mean, what
I don't know. I don't like the story anyway. Is it just me? I don't want to think about Michael Gove's lunchbox. I just don't want to think about it.
Well, I'm sorry. I presume people put it. What are people putting into it? Like, they're only 1% of...
not the kind of stuff you see, this seems to me a very unfair story because they're saying that packed lunches are very unhealthy compared with school lunches. But they're not. I mean, when I only ever had packed lunches. I had brown bread sandwiches. I had 2 cubes of jelly.
What?
Yeah.
Jelly that wasn't made?
Jelly that wasn't made, because my mum didn't like giving us chocolate or sweets or something. So she used to cut up jelly. Oh. She used to cut up a jelly, you know, the cube that you make it from, and give me 2 bits of it. And it was really, really nice. But for the rest of the day, after I'd had it, I was always slightly worried that it might turn into jelly.
Just a huge-shaped...
If you drank a glass of water, it would sort of go...
Just split apart and there'd be a huge-shaped jelly there. That's the biggest jelly baby in the world.
I also did point out to you that you also said you had brown bread sandwiches. Do you mean like 2 slices of brown bread with a slice of brown bread?
You have to.
I mean, how can packed lunches have only 1% of the nutritional requirement of a school dinner? What are people putting in these packed lunches? Is it like a large sandwich and a sugar cube? I don't think some of the kids must be so stupid they're actually eating the plastic box.
I thought parents have more control.
No, but they do. The problem is parents do have control. Every time they try and solve this problem, the parents get in the way. When Jamie Oliver tried it, right, tried to get rid of turkey twizzlers, put healthy food in schools, so mum's at the school gate passing packets of chips through to their children. If you want to solve this problem, it's not a policy thing. Just make the railings thinner so they can't shove the massive hand... Sandra, you're going to have to put your face right up and eat a feed into your individual. You know which kids it was? They're going after lunch with shiny lips and 2 rust lines down the face.
I have to, you're making an excellent point, but you said turkey twizzlers. I genuinely thought you said when they tried to get rid of Turkish prisoners. Why are Turkish prisoners feeding children in school?
Because they are getting their
for the rest of that. For the whole thing, I was going, well, one of them is called Sandra.
And that really is the clue as to the likelihood that I didn't actually say that.
Yeah, I suppose.
But put it that way, it makes more sense.
They're suggesting that teachers should eat with the kids. But
Yes.
the thing is that, you know, a lot of teachers do currently eat with the kids, although it's usually in the form of a romantic meal, isn't it?
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, DVD owner.
Let's kick off with a round called Inside the Mind of. With the G8 conference fast approaching, we clamber inside the mind of the American president. Can anyone tell me what the voices inside George W. Bush's head might be saying? Roy?
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
You want a drink. If you have a drink, everything will be all right. You can silence me with a drink.
John?
Are they saying, George, even we, as an abstract version of your inner soul, would like to completely disown you?
Jeremy?
Kyoto is the dog in The Wizard of Oz.
Frankie?
Are they saying, if you step on the cracks in the pavement, George, we have to invade Syria?
I'm saying, gee, there's a lot of room in here.
Are they getting ready for next week? It's Tony's coming to Washington. Look busy.
OK, Grant, so enough of those. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next round, ladies and gentlemen. Give a round of applause to everyone there. Now, we play a round called Mock Out with Your Cock Out. This game involves Ellis and Gary, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is life stages. Who wants to come in on that? Ellis.
I've got a very young kid, and one of the things I noticed about fatherhood is that it's turning me into a dad, right? I've started doing this thing that when I'm excited, I've only ever seen usually Welsh, usually very working class dads do when they're excited, and I call it the clap and rub. OK, so if my mum, for instance, said, oh, I can't be bothered to cook tonight, why don't we have fish and chips? My dad, because he'll excited, will go, fish and chips? Fish and chips? And I have started doing that now, but when I'm doing it, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Right? Why am I clapping and rubbing my hands? But it's an amazing thing, the clap and rub, because it's so versatile. You can use it to display excitement about anything. So you're like, oh, I'm going out for a drink with my friend Dennis. Oh, the inquiry found me not guilty. Another thing with having a baby is I think it brought on a midlife crisis. One of the first things I did when she was born was I joined a boxing club, like a proper spit and sawdust South London boxing club. I don't want anyone to be frightened at home because I'm not hard bloke, because at my level, boxing is almost exclusively skipping. I am absolutely incredible at skipping now, but I don't know how this is going to help me in a one-on-one combat situation. I'm so be walking down to Mali way late at night, and a bloke will be like, "Oi, give me your phone and your wallet." I'm like, "What, are you mugging me?" "Yeah, I'm mugging you." "Yeah, you mugging me?" "Yeah, I'm mugging you." "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Well, try it.
OK, that leaves us with Gary. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is relationships.
The other day, a woman described me as a bit of a looker. Well, voyeur was the actual word that she used. I used to go out with a parachutist with IBS, but she shat on me from a great height. One time I nearly had a threesome with my girlfriend and my best friend, and the only thing that stopped it happening was they didn't invite me. My girlfriend said she wanted to try some new condoms with something special inside to boost her pleasure. I said, oh, what's that? She said, other men. Our fourth child was called Ivy, and that's because we ran out of names and started using Roman numerals. My last girlfriend was always trying to put me down, which is just one of the hazards of going out with a vet. I tried reading a book on premature ejaculation, but I couldn't get past the opening passage. This Christmas, I'm taking the whole family to Lapland, which is great, because normally those clubs don't let kids in. I always worry when a woman sees me naked for the first time that she's just going to scream and run out the park. My girlfriend and I love watching box sets. We got 3 episodes into Orange is the New Black before finding out it wasn't about what would happen if Trump replaced Obama.
Thank you very much. Well done. Point in that round to the Garden Lady. Come on. It's obesity and diet. Hugh, would you like to go first?
Now, we've got a major problem with obesity. In a recent questionnaire, 11% of the population were overweight, 25% of the population were obese, and 33% of the population ate the bloody survey. But eating bad food goes right back to the Bible, doesn't it? That's why we stand no chance. In the Bible, you see, land of milk and honey, what's that? That should have been the land of low-fat yoghurt and a nice green salad. And as for the loaves and the fishes, what was he cooking? Cod in breadcrumbs. What chance do we have?
Very good, Hugh. But on the topic of obesity and diet, to possibly win the round, Joe Brand. Any jokes on this?
I might just move the microphone stand because you won't be able to see me otherwise. See, the thing is, I think fat people are an easy target, literally, obviously. And actually, you know, you might think I eat a lot, but I don't really. And what actually happened with me was I went on the pill when I was 16 and put on 4 stones, so that proved to be a very effective contraceptive, obviously.
I think Joe has to be the winner there. Well done, Joe. Come on back over. All the points go to Joe, Rory and David. The first subject is showbiz. Who wants to come in that? Martha.
Well, what can I tell you about show business? Almost nothing. No, in fact, it's very nice to see an audience. To be perfectly honest, that's not always been the case. I remember doing a gig about 12 years ago in Edinburgh. I was doing a gig one night, and there was one person in the audience. The entire audience was made up of one person, right? And in those days, I was in a double act, right? If you're in an opera or something and you and the orchestra outnumber the audience, there is possibly some dignity involved. If you're in a double act and you outnumber the audience, that is pretty much the bleakest thing that can happen, right? But we went for it because we were young and keen. Jupp and George, we were called. He's a policeman now, no longer allowed to be amusing. We were going for it. It was actually going all right, but after about 5 minutes, the audience. He put his hand up, and we said, you know, what is it, Joe? He said, I'm really sorry to do this to you, but I have to go to the lavatory. We had to wait for him to come back.
All right, let's spin the wheel again. Next subject is nightclubs. Who wants to come in on that? Nate.
Yes, so, nightclubs. I've got to a stage in my life now where I'm not kind of a fan of nightclubs anymore. Like, little things about nightclubs annoy me, like nightclub bouncers, for example. You know, you get those big, massive guys who take their job a bit too seriously, you know. They stand out in front and go, no, you can't come in, you can't come in, yeah? I said so, yeah? I'm here because I'm the boss, all right? I'm here because I'm the boss. It's like, no, you're here because you haven't got any qualifications, man. Like, don't get it twisted. Of course, I don't say that to his face, because I'm not dumb, you know. I've got qualifications. The biggest reason, though, why I don't like nightclubs is because I don't operate well in nightclubs. Like, you know, like approaching women, for example. Like, I've got something in me that in nightclubs doesn't work. It's called manners. One time I was doing this gig, right? It was this out-of-town gig. I was staying over for the night, so I thought, you know what, I'll go to a nightclub, you know, check out the local nightlife. I'm in the club, I see this nice girl, very attractive, so I thought, OK, you know what, I'll approach her, right? So I walked up to her and went, hey, how you doing, you all right? You having a good night? And she went, idiot, though, you're trying to shut me up, yeah? Get me rotted, face, what are you doing, man? I'm like, well, I'm going to talk to you, man. Get me rotted, face, idiot. I was like, what the hell? Listen, look, calm down. Look, firstly, all I did was say hello, trying to make polite conversation. And secondly, you're a white girl in a nightclub in Cornwall.
Thank you very much, Maiden. So that leaves us with Gary. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And relationships.
Sorry. That does actually look like me and my girlfriend. Apparently, in Norfolk, the marriage guidance service is called Related. My girlfriend says I'm not very romantic. The other day we were kissing on the sofa. She said, how about we take this into the bedroom? I said, OK, you get the other end. When she suggested we try playing doctors and nurses, I was really hoping for something sexier than being left in a corridor for 2 days. My girlfriend and I are trying for a baby. Her mom's agreed to help out, just till I get hard. She's going to see that on telly as well, and that's terrible. They always say you'll find the love of your life when you're not really looking, which was true, but by then I'd run her over. I've been trying to persuade my girlfriend to sexually stimulate me with her keyring, but she just keeps fobbing me off. So... When I heard you could now be a sperm donor by post, I came in a jiffy. I went to a swingers club. The doorman goes, it's £15 to get in, or you can pay £20. That includes a meal. I paid £20. I went in. This oiled, naked guy comes up to me and goes, hello, my name's Emil. I once had a one-night stand and I didn't get an erection. That isn't cool. Luckily, the woman I was with was really understanding. She just said, don't worry, that used to happen to me. Thank you.
Well done. And that point's going to go to the lady. Come on back. Things you wouldn't hear on a political discussion show.
Sorry, did I interrupt you?
No, sir. No, you've had your say. Now shut the fuck up.
Round the table tonight, Eric Pickles. And round another table, 4 other politicians.
Sadomasochism is a perversion. But we will clamp down on it.
And tonight we'll be discussing Greece. First question, who'd win in a fight, Danny Zuko or Kaniki?
So, Nick Clegg, which of your 2 faces would you like to answer that question with?
Yes, I agree. Britain's performance in the second quarter has not been all we hoped for. But there is a reason for that. This is a tough job, and I am shit at it.
We will not let Abu Hamza off the hook.
Well, Mr. Dimbleby, my question is, if I were a beleaguered European economy, how would you stimulate my growth? And that goes to contestant number 3.
Of course, I understand that people are worried about schools and hospitals, but what you don't understand is I don't give a shit.
Is anyone else horny?
And now we're going to head over and see what the polls are telling us. Hello!
Are they Chinese now?
A bit of Chinese. Yeah, they are. All right.
Well, it sounds like Polish, the way we say it here. Here in Poland.
Right, now let's go over to Wales and see what they're saying to us.
And so we have a question here for the Prime Minister from Nancy Cameron, aged 8. And it's, when are you going to pick me up, Daddy?
I give that round the points with Carl, Joe and Andy.
Unlikely things to hear on a history documentary.
The Russians had Lemsip. The Americans had night nurse. This was the Cold War.
And it was in this humble forest that the War of the Roses began.
Guy Fawkes' bid to blow up the Houses of Parliament failed when he realised his body was made of jumpers and his head was an old football.
Tonight on Bruce Forsyth's History of Britain, Boadicea, Decea Bode!
Horatio Nelson, one arm, one eye. A tragic example of what can happen if you fall asleep and someone finds your organ donor card.
Welcome to Biggest Historical Boobs with me, Katie Price.
Tonight, I intend to find out exactly what did happen to Hitler's other ball. And my search begins right here in the Albert Hall.
And on Time Team tonight, we're in Stratford-on-Avon, where we've uncovered loads of monkey skeletons and some typewriters.
When Hitler started writing Mein Kampf, he intended it to be a light-hearted romp called Carry On Camping.
John F. Kennedy, Indira Gandhi, John Lennon. If history teaches us anything, it's that if you don't want your child assassinated, don't name them after an airport.
To be honest, I'm not interested in all this old nonsense, really, but since the end of Blackadder, the work's been fairly hard to come by.
It's hard to believe that this crumbling old ruin presented Weakest Link for as long as she did.
Of course, the Bronze Age was the third best age in history.
And now the documentary that every Channel 5 commissioner has dreamt of. Did Hitler sink the Titanic?
We've been digging in this field in Hampshire for 3 weeks, and we've found this one piece of crockery, which tells us we desperately need to get laid.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear over a tannoy.
We apologise to customers who have recently alighted at Northampton. I opened the wrong doors.
Could all all the people shopping here at Asda, please accept that you are piss poor.
Clean up required in the magazine aisle between loaded and nuts.
Would the parents of the lost child please pick him up from the meeting point? Madonna is trying to buy him.
I'd like to remind customers that our special offer this week is 100% off German bean sprouts.
If you would like to upgrade to first class, then you should have worked harder at school and got a better job.
Could the small boy holding the owl stop running at the wall between platforms 9 and 10?
Would the man on pump number 4 please remove the nozzle from the backside of the man on pump number 6?
Could the owner of the Ford Fiesta 1100 in the car park with the tinted windows and the go faster stripes sort your life out, mate? Will you?
I can't remember what the code is. Would Mr. Fire please report? Please report to the kitchen. That's Mr. Out of Control Fire. Please report to the kitchen before it's too late. I don't want to start a panic.
The train now approaching platforms 3, 4 and 5 is the derailed train from Swansea.
Would the owners of a black Jaguar please move it as it's attacking the customers?
This is your captain speaking. You can now turn on your mobile phones as you'll need to text your loved ones goodbye as we plummet into the sea.
Things you wouldn't hear at a school assembly.
OK, today we're going to have a special outing. So, Miss Williams, if you'd like to tell everybody why you're a lesbian.
We welcome a new member of staff today. He has no arms and no legs and no body, and we will call him the Head.
Would whoever's milkshake is bringing all the boys to the yard please stop it?
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, boys and girls. I've just had a shit the size of a baby seal.
If you are found in possession of cocaine, you will be given 100 lines. No, wait.
And today in the after-school club, we're going to be using paper mache to make a mother that actually loves you enough to pick you up at 3 o'clock.
I'm delighted to say that during the summer holidays, Mr. Wang married Miss Kerr. His nickname will remain the same.
A wise man once said, boys and girls, that if you try your hardest, you can fulfil your dreams. Generally, that's true. Not for you, though, Tom. You can't read. So...
And today, everyone, we have a new boy. Now, for some reason, whatever reason, he's been to a lot of schools, so be kind to him. Will you please make your way to the front? Richard Poo Willie.
A word about registers. Most of the staff are on one.
So that is how you put on a condom. But, sir, shouldn't you have used a cucumber? Not with that E. coli kicking around.
Sorry I'm late. I just had a bit of a run-in with an interactive whiteboard. It told me to fuck off.
I've had all your mums.
The next topic is unlikely things to hear on a TV talent show.
Tonight, I'm going to be climbing a step ladder.
You're right. I can't sing. Thanks.
I'd like to dedicate this song to a friend of mine who was run over last week and is in hospital. The wheels of the bus go round and round, round and round.
I've got an ability that no one on this planet has. That's Ant, that's Dec.
It was like Elvis was in the building. You're fat and there's a stench of death.
Oh, Peter, it's not what everyone would call entertainment, but you are one hell of an assassin.
I thought you hit the high notes really, really well. Be interesting to see if you can still do that when I haven't got your nuts in a clamp.
Oh, where's my double act partner? Oh, he's in here. Feeling nothing more than feeling, trying to hold.
When you said you were going to ride a donkey...
Yes, I have been on the show before. I was once trapped in somebody else's underpants, going, feeling.
That was an exceptional performance, and the way that you have overcome your blindness is truly inspirational. But this is a chip shop, the X Factor audition.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think you're all terrible, OK? All of you, you're completely dreadful. I don't know what you're doing. Especially you, Hasselhoff. What have you done since Baywatch?
And as well as that, I can unzip the top of my head. It's where I keep my pyjamas.
I know you said you were a Gary Glitter tribute act, but we weren't expecting you to do that.
Unlikely questions from this year's exams.
Discuss the metaphysical meaning of the following poem. My friend Billy has a 10-foot willy.
Would you like this exam to be A, multiple choice, or not?
The Bronte sisters. Shag, marry, push off a cliff.
Discuss the following. The Nazis got all their ideas from the History Channel.
Who's the chap in the A team who would not get on the aeroplane? Was it A, B, or B, A?
If a bank loses £60 billion in a 6-month period, using numbers that you've plucked out of thin air, work out what the chief executive's bonus will be.
Napoleon, a small man or a long way away?
Quantify n in terms of q when q is a positive integer that dissects a parabolic curve.
How's your lucky pencil case now?
What's the name of that round thing that they throw in the Olympics? Discuss.
Draw a diagram of the genitalia of the male elephant. Use all 30 sheets of paper provided.
Biology. Without singing, what is the knee bone connected to?
Explain the use of juxtaposition in Macbeth. Alternatively, write down everything you know about Macbeth in a blind panic because you've got no idea what the word juxtaposition is.
Drama. Question 1. What was it that first made you want to become a waiter?
What is your PIN number?
The next topic is unlikely things for a continuity announcer to say.
And now, to upset children everywhere, it's Peppa Pig in pepper sauce.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Nigella will be back at the same time next week.
Up next, Ryan Giggs appears on Footballers' Wives.
Next up on Channel 4, live from Switzerland, it's Come Die With Me.
And now for a special episode of Planet Earth, where 6 chimpanzees will watch David Attenborough have sex.
And now is the time I have to be extremely careful, because the next programme is about Roald Dahl, genius behind Willy Wanker's Choc Bollocks.
Next on the History Channel, World War II in colour. Look away if you don't want to know how it ends.
Just to clear up some confusion for our regular viewers, ITV 2+1 is not the same as ITV3.
First, though, there's a serial killer on the loose in Balamory.
If you've been affected by some of the issues in EastEnders, they must have been acting it better than they usually do.
And now, Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares for the hard of hearing.
You're watching the Dignitas channel. For God's sake, don't press the red button.
Next up, it's Bargain Hunt, which is also rhyming slang for the bloke who presents it.
Right now, Kate Humble's in the lambing shed.
Oh. Unlikely lines from children's books.
Yes, it is sad. I used to be on Top Gear, said Stick of the Dump.
Jack, do you have any more of those beans?
A Stringfellow? What's a Stringfellow? A Stringfellow? Why, didn't you know it has tanned leather skin and a massive libido and bad 80s hair and a grin like a pedo?
This little piggy went to market, and this little piggy stayed at home, and this little piggy went and died horribly of swine flu.
Let's learn the alphabet. A is for adopted, like you. B is for basmati.
And as Eeyore put the noose around his neck.
No, I don't think you should shave, Bilbo, said Frodo. Those feet need waxing.
Yes, Grandma. What a big TV screen you got. Said Little Red Riding Hoodie.
Who's been sleeping in my bed? Said Daddy Bear. Well, said Mummy Bear, it's been your brother Ryan, and he's a much better shag than you are.
I want to go to Tottenham, said Max. That's where the wild things are.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, or as we like to call them, the Sugar Babes.
Once upon a time in a faraway land, there was a handsome young prince named Dara.
Where's Gaddafi?
The railway children gesticulated wildly at the driver. You've left us behind, you wanker!
Oh dear, said Postman Pat. I've just had sex with my cat Jess. I should have gone to Specsavers.
And so Emily learned. If she'd just been a nicer little girl, Mummy and Daddy would never have got divorced.
Do you know what? Said the very hungry caterpillar. This gastric band has changed my life.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things for a sports commentator to say.
And there's just yet another Grand Slam victory for Andy Murray.
And now we come to the javelin. If you're watching in 3D, you might want to look away now.
And here we are at the women's football, but while you're enjoying the game, please spare a thought for all the men at home who are going without dinner this evening.
Well, he's stroked that through the covers. Surely it would have been easier just to pull back the duvet.
And here at the British Grand Prix, we've already had a couple of fatalities. Yes, 2 of the crowd have died of boredom.
Lewis Hamilton is 3 seconds ahead, but there's trouble at turn 17 as Dastardly and Muttley have dug a pit.
I'm here at the Green Court Bowls, and I've started cutting myself.
He's got the right hook in, he's got the left hook in, and he's finally finished putting up those curtains.
Well, welcome back after the break. You haven't missed much, just the entire Indian innings.
Now let's go back to Henley, where Claire Balding is standing with 2 cocks.
There's Rio Ferdinand. What a tackle! But enough from me. I really should let these lads continue getting changed.
Alex Ferguson has substituted Wayne Rooney. Of course, not the first time Rooney has been pulled off by a 69-year-old.
Well, what a result. The UK Somalian has beat America's Kenyan to show that the Africans aren't going to have it all their own way.
Thanks for all those fantastic statistics there, Motty. Now go and get a fucking life.
Unlikely agony aunt letters.
Dear Deirdre, I have recently become obsessed with a woman and begun stalking her. Look out of the window.
My partner won't give me oral sex, which is really annoying, because that's the only reason I formed the coalition with him in the first place.
My wife says I don't feel anything, which is a problem. And there was something else. Oh, yes, I'm on fire.
I'm 26, my girlfriend's 36. Is 10 years too big an age gap? Because her daughter's 16, she's a right little soul.
I have recently met a woman who makes me feel young again. She's 167.
Dear Deirdre, I'm from Nigeria, and I'm fed up of Mickey Flanagan mocking my accent.
Dear Auntie, I'm a very, very nervous person, and sudden noises really startle me. In fact, even if I hear a buzzer, a bit of wee comes out.
My mates are all getting into drugs, but I don't know what to do. Should I charge them mates' rates or just normal prices?
Dear Deirdre, I am a control freak. What should I do? I'll tell you what I should do.
I am 96, but I'm convinced that young women fancy me. Do I have penile dementia?
I've been wanting to come and see you for a long time, but I can't get out of the chair.
I am a man trapped inside the body of a woman. Could you tell us, please, how to get out of position 43 of the Kama Sutra?
I work in the public sector, and I'm really worried about my pension.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear at Wimbledon.
Well, at 2 sets down, let's see what he's got in his locker. He's not going to be there for about 20 minutes. I've got a crowbar.